It feels so good to be back on my own Harley-Davidson XR-750 one more time. Woo! We're here at the American Flat Track season finale. One more ride on the Harley-Davidson XR-750. I brought my own personal bike out for the first time. I never thought I would race one of my bikes again. It's the first time I've had it out in about a decade. Special time to bring it out. Back with my old crew with Larry Zumbron, LZ Racing, turning the wrenches. My dad's here as well, helping with the wrenching. Ran my own race team from 2008 through 2015, which was kind of like the most success I had in my career was those years running these Harleys. This exact Harley here, I've won the Stock and Half Mile on, and countless other races. I'm gonna give it my all and try and get another. Ever since I quit riding my own bikes in 2015, I never felt quite as comfortable on bikes again. So I'm hoping that getting back on my personal bikes, I can kind of like find that comfort level that I used to have on my own bikes. It was just like unmatched. We'll see how it goes, but either way, it's gonna be an experience.
Oh yeah, first ride on my Harley in about a decade. Made sure to ride past everybody's pit so they could hear this thing one more time. Alright, first practice, time to roll out onto the track and see what this thing's got. Just listen to that XR singing.
I don't know if it's because like the track is slower. Like, one of my times keep coming to the first. I don't know, it's kind of last minute now. I couldn't run it.
Here's a look at my race day hustle, running up the hill to watch the practice session before mine. This is how I measure sag, the old school way. Just got the new Motion Pro tire pressure gauge. The thing is pretty sweet, definitely upgraded from before. Discussing things with my dad. He's telling me about how he's seeing air under my tires when I'm bouncing into the corners, so would make some suspension adjustments from there. Here we got open pits, saying hi to some of my favorite fans.
Be back in this place?
Give me something to think about. But hey, you're looking good out there. You're looking good. Good luck.
Yeah. Back in those days, so that's what I was there. Got 1,000 R1. Yeah. That must be fun. You got shirts? Yeah.
All right, it's time to go racing now. Rolling out for the heat race. Felt like I had a pretty easy heat this time. Just had Mees in it. First gear starts, popping off the line on that Harley-Davidson. Me's always getting a good start too. Let me just give it right to him here. Taking the lead. Tried to take the lead back there, but man, he was pulling down the straights. I'd catch him a little mid-corner, but he would yard me down the straightaways each time. How good is this though? Another classic Halbert Mees battle, getting to see the Harley-Davidson XR-750 going head to head with the Indian FTR 750 one more time. We never got to see enough of this really, with the Indian coming out and the Harley pretty much being not raced at that time. So hey, a lot of guys always said the XR could still do it, and here we're showing it's still competitive. Kept it fairly close there. He goes a little bit wide, close up again, wrapping up this heat race. Looks like I'm going to bring it home in second, which will put me on the front row for the final and a spot in the dash for cash. Fist bump afterwards. That felt really good actually, especially because part of qualifying I was off the pace. Wasn't good in the final qualifying, but yeah, to come out and have a good heat race like that, I was stoked.
Ooh, solid run. That was fucking fun. Oh man, it's like old times, Jammer and the Slammer. All right, that was fun, huh?
Yeah, look good.
Discussing things over with my team, Larry Zumbrown and my dad Willie again with the setup tips. Looking at my tire choices, was running the R5 compound out here, so was burning through a bit of tire and just had to kind of flip it and get it ready for the next race. We flipped the tire to the fresh edge, and then all of a sudden we had no brake, so kind of everybody went into a little bit of a panic hustle mode trying to figure out how to get the brake system working again. We had to take apart the whole master cylinder. The piston pins were sticking. This is one thing we did not replace on this bike going into this race. We should have rebuilt the master cylinder, but after sitting for 10 years, it was causing us some problems.
Maybe like just barely less. Yeah, it's barely.
After taking it all apart, got to get the brake pedal height set right again. I'm very particular about that on my bikes.
Not me, I got faith in all of you.
Had a little close call with the brakes. Like they worked fine on the track, but we came in and then I don't know why. Like all of a sudden there was no brakes sitting in the pits. I think maybe the pistons quit working in the master cylinder, but took it all apart, put it back together, and that works. So fingers crossed that it keeps working.
77 miles per hour at the end of the straights. This is the scene in the pits, everyone doing work, and I'm just chilling in the zone, getting ready to spank that ass in the dash for cash.
He'll be 37. He's from Graham, Washington on the Harley-Davidson XR-750.
If you wanted to take a flyer on this one, putting a couple of bucks in the 69 would not be a bad call. He can get a good start, and he could easily hold these guys off for 4 laps.
But if he doesn't get a good start, he's aggressive enough, though, to make his way through. And they don't call him slamming Sammy for nothing.
No, that's true. Could we see an XR-750 get another checkered flag in its storied history? Here we go.
All right, dash for cash time. 5K, winner take all, 4 laps. Heck yes, sign me up. Solid start. The track was really good right here, and I knew my strength was the middle of the corner, so I'm going to brake early, set up for this mid-corner pass. Oh yeah, it's on now. Another classic Jammer and the Slammer battle. Let's go. Whoo, it's getting spicy now. A little bit tight right there, but I left him inches of room. Full focus in those eyes and listen to this XR scream. Oh yeah, took the win in the Mission Challenge frickin' pump. This means so much to do this on my personal Harley. Wow.
told you it'd be a pretty good bet.
This race, that bike, those leathers, and helmet are for sale.
Hey, I got a little bit more provenance to it right now, as it might be the last checker flag ever won by an XR.
Fans were pumped, so was I.
All right, that was fun.
Bike out of story, cranked it up, and it sounded like she was ready to win. She now takes the mission challenge in. Sammy, how confident are you now moving into the main event?
Man, it feels so good to be back on my own Harley-Davidson XR-750 one more time. Woo! Oh man, I never thought I was gonna race my personal bikes again, but you know, this opportunity came up and said, called up Larry Zumbra and LZ Racing, who always tuned my bikes back in the day, and pulled this thing out of the shed, and we got her going. So stoked to be up here getting that mission challenge win, and yeah, feeling good going into the final, especially after that dash. Like the heat seemed like Mees had some something on us down the straight, but yeah, we somehow managed to pull that off. So stoked for the whole crew, OnlyFans, Castrol, Martin Trucking, all the guys back in the pits. My dad's here with me, my mom. Yeah, everyone's helping out. We're getting it done, and I feel the support. Appreciate y'all in the stands rooting for this Harley-Davidson.
Went around him, dude. Oh, we went crazy in these, so I know they were going.
Main event time, my dad rolling the bike out for the start. Picking the starting spots for the final. I had last pick on the front row, unfortunately, as I had to go to the very bottom of the track, and it was really dry and crumbly down there in the final, so it did not work well on the start.
The XR-750 is another checker flag.
All right, so on this practice start, it spun up the tire, did not feel good at all, but to make things even more confusing on these little practice starts coming up to the line, the bike was hooking up, wheeling, but I kind of knew that it was going to be slick on my starting spot, so I was kind of confused going into the start how to position my body to get the most grip. All right, here we go, main event time. You can just see that cloud of dust come off my tire and not hooked up on that start. In the thick of it right here, going 3 wide down the straightaway. My speed was good early on, so I was really trying to figure out how to get by Vanderkoy so I can get myself back up into podium position. Was a bummer I wasn't able to get the start because I could have led some laps at the beginning of this race and get the fans fired up while the track was fresh and still working for the XR. Just got by me there. Now I got Dallas Daniels breathing down my neck, doing the best I can to try and adapt to the changing track conditions and keep this thing moving forward and latch on to the guys in front of me. Dallas working the low line to get by me, but then you see the guys up in front, they're on a higher line, and now as soon as Dallas passes me, he goes right to the top. So it was not clear to me what line was the fastest. I was looking for the dark patches here off the rubber. Next up, got Davis behind me, rotor glowing, and now I'm going back up higher. Dallas is going lower. See, these guys are going all over the place. I'm trying to keep this thing rolling. It just seems like the track got harder to ride, and as the track got harder to ride, it was not really working for the XR. Pinched off Davis going into that corner. I'm still fighting tooth and nail, not trying to lose any positions, ripping the tear off. So it turns out after this race we found that the brakes were sticking and dragging quite a lot, which makes sense because it got so hard to ride to the point to where I was just going into the corner almost trying to use no brakes, because it seemed like when I would use brakes it would just upset the whole chassis and snap it sideways. So yeah, doing all I can here to keep this thing rolling, but it was not an easy final for me. Still so thankful my XR kept running strong all the way to the finish, got her done. 8th place, not what we were looking for, but happy to bring it home. This will be the last time I race my Harley-Davidson XR-750.
If you didn't get the best start.
No, it was slick down there on the bottom.
That's what I was afraid of when I slowed down.
But then, like, yeah, just when the track got more worn out, it just became harder to ride that bike for whatever reason.
All right, just wrapped up another successful event on the Harley-Davidson XR-750. Man, winning that dash was unreal. The track at that point was so good, I was able to really send it. And then in the final, starting on the bottom inside pole, and it was slick down there, and then, yeah, didn't get the start I needed. You know, the track kind of got harder to ride, and I was pushing, but I don't know, it just didn't work out for me. I guess like the brakes are dragging, so maybe that was like causing me a little bit of problems, not sure, but overall just stoked to have another successful run. The highlight of winning the dash. My Harley is still in one piece. I'm still in one piece, so got the gang back together for one more, so really, really good, stoked. Like, I am.
Well, you're not the littlest guy. That's hilarious.
You know, at Lakeside, you took that 700 RPMs harder.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna lie, I passed you, and I was like, holy shit, I just passed
afternoon, it was raining.
Oh, fuck, he's gonna take me out!
Yeah, Yeah, I know. I was expecting something going into the corner.
Did
I went
you,
way low.
I seen you guys working on the brakes earlier. Did they fade to man?
St. Louis because there was a race.
You were just as bad as me. Or worse. He's like, yeah, I was. Let me text you. Yeah, there's only one track that actually excites me this next year, and it's actually Daytona. Because I suck so bad. And I'm like, alright, if I go there, just have no pressure. It's like Lima, I love Lima, but man, you gotta be so like, you gotta send it, you just gotta be fit. It's just like, oh, and I'm promoting it. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna. That XR was badass. Make sure to come to
thing I remember when you T-boned my Harley, I just fucking got it up on the end of the day. It was perfect time. It was like Dee Dee, myself, and Cody was like a 6-month-old guy. She's got Cody in her hand. I just put my Harley on the fucking stairs. I got my helmet on, and all of a sudden I hear something. I'm like, what the fuck? You're saying, good. Holy shit. When you got a bicycle, mountain bike, you got to start pedaling. Woof, over the bar you go on like nice. And then it was like fucking.
All right, that's a wrap on story time after the last American Flat Track National of the year. Stick around for some of the awards banquet and after party festivities.
Jared Mees is the Mission Super Twins champion for the 10th time in his career. The celebration is underway as history is made in progressive American flat track.
These slightly embarrassing photos. Happy birthday, Sammy. Woo! Come on, everybody, last night on that song, man. Good job. Well, that's all I've got right now, Sammy. Let me, sorry we had embarrassed right there, but
Happy birthday, Sammy Halbert.
Thank you.
Give me a try. See how that works. This is some serious content for OnlyFans. Curly pubes and everything.
Here, just look at her.